Jackie Kashian, Laurie Kilmartin.
Hi, Laurie. It's me, Jackie.
It looked like you went away.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I was right here. I realized I don't know if you know this, Laurie. I talk a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was giving you an opportunity to open the show.
Oh, I thought, I don't know. You're very busy now. Seems like you are DJing a party as well. And so I just thought we'll get to her when her head comes up.
Oh my God. I have to say, I mean, granted, we should do dates first, but yeah, let's do dates first and then talk about dating Eagle. So I am here. I'm home, second week. Very, very fun. Doing a bunch of local shows, and also, so I'm doing Good Heroin and something called Bruise Brothers on Wednesday, and then I go on Sunday. I'm doing a run with Maria, which is South Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida. And then I am doing a synagogue in Minneapolis. And then I am home. And then I am doing Rochester, Minnesota, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. So that's my May.
I am doing Deadwood, South Dakota on this Saturday night. It's a casino. It's called Tin Lizzie's. And on Wednesday of this week, I'll be in LA at doing Better Half for Kara.
Clink, nice.
The Clinkster. And then road day wise, I'll be in New York in June for a week doing a bunch of spots. And then early June, the 6th and 7th, Friday, Saturday, I'll be at Dr. Grin's in Grand Rapids. And then it's pretty late. Not that I'm super worried because I'm working on a job now, but hey, you fucking clubs, don't think I'm gonna stop wanting work from you. Don't think it's gonna get easier. It's not. So
you still want in. You still want in. Yeah.
I'm still a comic. So
yeah, I have to say. So we did our 26th bonus episode on Patreon. Where we interview one of the comics of the week for a half an hour. And Laurie thought that this day, which is Sunday before the week begins, was going to be an open week, just a sort of an open day where you'd have some time to chill out. And then you got a lot of text messages and you got a lot of heads up. We got to record a bunch of things. And then you found out you had a set. And that's when you lost Dana Eagle and I. You lost our sympathy, and because all we could think was, "What? A 5 o'clock set on a Sunday? Where's that? How'd you get that?" And I said something like, "You mean that club that doesn't book me?" And you said, "That's how I have it in my calendar."
That's right.
That made me laugh.
I have a 5 p.m. show at the club that doesn't book Jackie, and it's
Jackie's
my fault,
never
apparently.
been there. I've never even walked in the door, but other than that, it's entirely your fault. Yes.
It's a nice club, Kookaburra Lounge. It's in the Ovation, which is the same structure that has the Dolby Theater where we had the Oscars. And I haven't been to the Ovation since the Oscars. And I have to tell you, when you're working on the Oscars, you get to park on a secret parking level called P1 that I'd never even heard of. It's off to the side. You have to go through security to get through it. And I parked there, I don't know, 10 days, and it was fucking awesome. And then I came in tonight like the fucking peasant, and I was parking on P3 with everybody else.
That's right. That's right. I love the idea that P1, they're not really hiding it, are they? Because that just stands for parking, first floor.
But they don't have a sign for it. That as far as you as a regular person at the Ovation, you just go P2 through 6. P1 is so secret, they don't have directions to it. You have to
pull a book out of a library? I want you to have to pull a book out of a bookcase.
Sure.
It's I did that room once, that Dolby room.
I did. The Oscars. You did a show there?
Yeah, I opened for Brian Regan 2 weeks after the Oscars, actually, several years ago. And it was when fancy people came up to me afterwards. You know who was there? Was Aaron Rodgers was there.
Oh,
And
the anti-vaxxer?
Probably. It's there's a problem with Wisconsin quarterbacks. There's something in the water in Green Bay.
Is it cheese?
That new Love guy should be real worried. He should be drinking. He should be getting it shipped in. But I didn't get to meet him because everybody else cared more about football, and nobody cared that I was from Wisconsin. So,
well,
there you go.
Yeah,
but the show was great.
To make of that story, it sounds like it was.
Well,
a great show.
I mean, the thing, usually those giant rooms are not the funnest, but I have to say that room was kind of fun. It did not feel like a room that sat 13 or 15 or 20,000 people.
Yeah, it's smaller in person. Like when you see how, like I stood on the stage after the show. And and you're so close to the audience. It's really weird. It's like, oh, Demi Moore was right there. It would have been a 2-second walk for her up to this thing.
Right. I mean, set up on purpose for coziness, I guess. Mm-hmm. And quite honestly, if you're going to do a giant room, that's the one to do,
Yeah, for sure. Well, heads up, I'll get my people on it. Thank you.
Get your people on it. So your days are full, my friend. You are doing the writing from the crack of dawn and then also doing sets, correct?
Well, a few. I'm limiting the set depending on when I need to wake up. I not doing sets on some weeknights. That's all. But I mean, the way LA is, it kind of works out that way anyway,
Right.
So it's not like I have to change a lot of plans. It's like,
basically
I don't panic if I don't have sets 3 nights in a row when I'm waking up at 6 a.m. So it's okay.
Yeah. It's different when you didn't have a writing job. And so then you were like, no, I should have sets every night. And I don't have anything to do tonight except this. And Andy had to go off and he had to go to work. So I am in my house alone, except for the dogs and the cat, of course. The cat, sadly, on her last weeks here, this cat, she's still, she's barely eating, but she's still able to walk and, so, you don't want to, I guess, I don't know a lot about pet ownership, but I guess you don't want to kill the cat if the cat isn't in pain or the cat is still enjoying some parts of life. I don't know anything about it. So the decision will be made by the person who's had a lot of pets. So,
yeah, will you bury the cat in your backyard?
That's where Tiberius is buried.
Oh, you got to.
Well, except for then we put the room of requirement on top of Tiberius. But so I don't know where he would bury her.
Wait, the room of requirement?
Yeah, the office room off of the garage. When William built that.
Yeah.
He just slabbed over the space where Andy had buried Tiberius a couple of years earlier. So,
why do you call it the room of requirement? Is that
because it's both the there's nerd reasons, but there's also
right. I figured I was like, should I ask? And I was gonna let it go.
It's a gaming room.
And then I was like, half the audience is like, what the fuck is she talking about? I better ask.
A third, anyway. But but I have to say, I would say an eighth of the audience doesn't know.
95%.
I'm going to say 2.5 to 5%.
100%.
Everyone but you knows what I'm talking about.
100% is baffled right now. They're saying, thank God Laurie's
the reason I do this podcast
is
sometimes you make me laugh so hard I cry. And it isn't right now. So why don't you bask in that fucking bask away. Okay. Because we use it for many different things. And so whatever is required of it, it will fulfill that. For a while, it was the place where we hid from Andy's mama. And during the lockdown, it was where we hid from each other. And it is currently where Andy goes now to hide from me and all of the animals. Because they don't follow him out to the garage. They follow me out to the garage because
interesting.
I am constantly giving them treats.
Oh.
Andy said this the other day when I was telling him about everything that was in our freezer that needs to be eaten. He said, it's sort of like where booze is, where you know where all the food is. Is that a problem? And I said, gee, you just noticed I might have an eating problem? I said, here's what I could do. I could join a 12-step program and fix that, or I could just continue to try to deal with it locally. And he goes, do whatever you want.
Well, I think you're also keeping track of what you need to eat because it's important to not let things go too long, correct? You don't want to lose food. That's money.
Right.
Food is money.
Food is money. You don't want to waste food. Please don't buy any more pot pies is what the subtext of every time I talk to him about this bullshit. Cause he eats pot pies when I'm not around. He loves a Marie Callender frozen pot pie.
Oh, all right. I'll try that. I like a pot pie too.
Marie Callender's makes.
Okay. Well,
a good frozen.
I will trust Andy's endorsement because he seems like an expert.
Yes, he sometimes has taste bud issues, much like yourself, shot off during the Franco-American War by the Chef Boyardee. So I did a set at the Improv on Friday, first show, took the bullet. And I was telling you about this today, but I was going to work on this bit that the more I think about this bit, the more it may not happen. Maria loves it, and it killed in front of Maria's audience. Mm-hmm. But that's because it's an interesting story with probably 2 or 3 punchlines, and they are the most giving of people. Though, I meant to grab this book. But anyways, so I went up, and the MC had done all she could to get the audience in a frenzy, but they were very quiet. And so, you know how sometimes you make the decision on the way up that you're going to do a different set. You're going to go to the vault. You're going to make the.
You got to kill. It's a weekend. It's a Friday, Saturday night at a major club.
At a major club, I'm doing 15 minutes, and I want to do well. Mm-hmm. So, and I thought I had a chance with the new longest of all stories about the Karen thing. Mm-hmm. The Karen, it just doesn't. So I didn't do it. So then I went and did the Yoo-Hoo Room Friday second show, and it didn't go. They were polite. They listened to the whole thing. Good for them. And then yesterday I just had one set, and it was at the Yoo-Hoo Room second show. And it was, again, I tried the Karen thing because I thought I had a new angle. I consistently trying different ways of getting around it. Mm-hmm. The deal might be somebody posted something because I said Aparna had said something on Blue Sky and or Threads, I can't remember, and I said, she was standing behind me at the Hertz dealership, and when I was called Karen, and someone who had heard an iteration of that bit, I think in Seattle 6 months ago, she said, yeah, I think about that story, and I don't think she should have called you Karen, because Karen means that entitlement, and you had tried to pay for what you were entitled for, but you just didn't want to go through Hertz. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's why it's not working, because it doesn't feel like I.
But she did call you Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just add that to it? Like, first of all, you're not even labeling me correctly. Then you can.
Right. Just sort of like now that realization, maybe that will fix the bit. Is the fact that realization might be a better angle to go in the middle of it all. Anyway, so. But I got to Flappers like 2 hours early because I thought my set was at 7:30, which is why I couldn't go to one of Andy's friends, our friends, of course, birthday party. It was his buddy. It was all of his game designer buddies. Like his buddy Dave worked on Twisted Metal, which is a very popular driving hitting game from 10 years ago or whatever. And one of the other guys that was there, Kyle, and one of the other guys,
driving hitting game is maybe my new favorite phrase of all time.
I'm just saying I'm not saying it's a review. That's not how I would review it. but one of the other guys at the party he was the creator of Fruit Ninja.
Oh,
and
wow.
Fruit Ninja is a phone game that was interminable and incredibly addictive. So I went there after my set. Wow, I'm going to tell 3 stories at once. There's no reason I should be tired, but here I am, talking around a bunch of shit. Here's a scoop. Jimmy Brogan was there because he was opening for Leno. And he was talking about your news. He told me your news, which I thought was awesome, because he had heard your news and he was so pleased about it. Then we talked about his pension. And because
tell me about it.
Well, he has got a pension, but I guess he only worked for Leno for 9 years.
Okay.
So it's respectable.
Yeah.
But it's not like our mutual friend who worked for 17 or 27 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a chunk of change, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it also depends on how much you make, too. I mean, if somebody,
interesting.
Shonda Rhimes, maybe, well, she's a bad example because her show's still on, but I'm just saying, like, somebody could work for 5 years on a sitcom, but it's huge and they bring in a ton of money. They'll have more in their pension.
Oh, okay, because it's percentage
5 years on a late night show, which is like, yeah.
Which is less, but still real. And it was I think I was lamenting my career choice of never going into the writer's room. And then I asked him if Leno had fallen down in the last couple of months, because he kept falling down he fell down twice. Remember? Like he wiped out on his motorcycle and then he fell down a hill.
Yeah.
And Jimmy said that he had fallen down 5 weeks ago and took a header, busted up his face. Yeah, and scraped up his leg right outside the chateau. Walked into the chateau, cleaned up his face, and went on stage.
Oh, man.
A classic.
Real
that
comic.
Guy loves stage time, man.
Yeah, I get it. Did he no concussion?
Yeah, he's fine. Well, that's what I said.
Holy
You
shit.
probably had a concussion, Jimmy. And he said, you know what? I wondered about that. And I said, yes.
He has health insurance. Get the fuck to the... Oh, my gosh. Well, that's Larry Miller fell and hit his head on the sidewalk. And, he's had troubles from that ever since,
Really?
Fucking falls. Guys.
Remember when I slipped down?
The ground is coming for us.
Right. Remember when I slipped down the stairs at that place in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
And then I did the second show. And then they never booked me again. That's the key part of this story.
Well, because you wanted to work the punchline. You can't do the punchline and that.
Well, it's that club's gone, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, but
it's so weird because the guy's brother-in-law worked for Apple, Amazon,
and underwrote
so he had Amazon money. Yeah, so it's like that stuff's always like it must cost you nothing, really.
Right.
You know what? I don't know. But
I don't. All I know is I believe he didn't book me again because I cost him $2,000 at an ER trip. After the second show,
I'm sure.
Yeah. So, and now it's not there anymore, so it doesn't possibly matter. But
did they sell it or they just closed it?
Don't know. All I heard was, here's what happened. About 6-8 months ago, I looked for it. And it was gone. So that's all I know.
I remember hearing they were trying to sell it, and then I just sort of lost interest. But
right, yeah. For the punchline, I would have to fill the room, or I would have to have a greater history, I think, with Molly, and it's fine. I'll do everything around it. It's nothing to be done. There's this book that J.T. Haberstadt wrote. I was telling you about it. It's called Doing Time, and it's essentially. He's broken it into, sort of set up punchline. Like the last chapter is called Check Drop.
Yeah.
But they wanted him to do chapters. And he was like, what he did is he interviewed a pile of comics. And then he cut the quotes up and then put it by topic. So sort of like hanging out, writing material, being edgy, what people thought about Mitch Hedberg and Bill Hicks and possibly Lenny Bruce. I don't know, but not CK, weirdly enough.
That's an okay omission.
Yeah, but he talked to a lot of men. I mean, he had a good number of women, but essentially he went, as far as I could tell, he went through his phone.
Well, there you go. Men love men. I mean, I think we know that.
Well, no, I mean, but as I was reading it, I was just like, no, I want to know what Laurie would think about this, and I want to know what Mary Mack would think about this, and he interviewed, like Avery Moore and Carmen Morales and me and Maria and Beth Stelling and a bunch of people, but then it's like Patton and Brian and Dana.
Wow.
And I don't think Marin, but whatever it is. And then the only thing that's missing really is an index. Like, he has little bios on the end for all of us.
Uh-huh.
I want to go through and just put the page numbers.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been cool.
Uh-huh.
But I sound taken out of context. Some of the things, like there was representation, and Kyle Kinane was talking about how what he's always really wanted to do is 100-seat black box theaters in mid-sized cities around the country. Is what I got out of this taken out of context quote.
Yeah. Right.
And the quote said something about how it took him a second to find the right representation. So that he could say, what I really want to do is I want to go to Atlanta and perform for 90 people. And I was like, or 100 people. And then next time, maybe, 2 shows of 100 people.
That seems great. Sign me up,
Right. That sounds really cool too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did just book a gig in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, is it with Ryan? Wait.
No.
All right, tell me the gig.
So the guy named Ethan.
Oh, okay.
And he's the guy who did the Petaluma run.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But then I talked to this woman in Corvallis. And so I've added a Corvallis night. And I might do Eugene. I might do that Olsen run on Sunday.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun run.
Yeah. Seth Milstein is that guy.
Uh-huh.
But he's not the booker of Olsen Run. I think he just knows the guy.
Okay.
The guy used to work at the store, I guess. Who owns it.
Okay. How's your agent? Is she getting you stuff?
Not yet. I put it out there. I was hoping to get Mic Drop in San Diego.
Right.
And she said she put out the word to those people, but has not heard back. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just sort of also looking for something. Like, I don't have anything in August. I did book a 100-seat room in London on July 23rd.
Oh, cool.
So if you live anywhere in Europe and it's somehow cost effective for you to come to London on July 23rd and see me do a set, Maria's doing a set at their sister club on July 8th in London.
Oh, neat. Wow.
Good. Yeah. We're going to, I think we get there the 15th. Her and Scott leave the 16th or 17th. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So, and then there's a club in Sheffield, which is where Andy wants to go. He's the only person in the world who wants to go to Sheffield, Manchester, and Leeds, the steel belt of England.
Right. He wants to visit Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes. I was like, we could just go to Pittsburgh. But one of his favorite comic book writers, a guy named John Ellison, lives in Sheffield.
So he's just going to knock on this guy's door. Does he know him?
I think he's going to look for things that were in the comics, because a lot of things are set in Sheffield, and he's going to look for similarities. I don't know. And we've never been there. So he was like, he wanted to go somewhere he had never been.
Are you going to go to, what about the part of the country where Pride and Prejudice was shot, where Jane Austen was from?
I want to. My friend Gwen, her parents live in the town where Jane Austen grew up.
Wow.
And Gwen said, if you want to have tea with my parents, they would love to have tea with you.
Oh, cute.
And And I was like, I don't think we'll have time. We're going to be in Manchester. So, so it'll have to be a different trip. The Lake Country, I think, is where she was from.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. This week's Dork Forest is with Susan Rice, stand-up comic.
Oh,
Remember
cool.
Susan Rice? Yep.
I worked with Susan Rice. I do know. You don't have to reintroduce me to Susan Rice. We worked together in the 90s because we were both West Coast comics.
Right. I have to reintroduce myself to Susan Rice, who I have only met a handful of times. Maria loves her.
Yeah.
She's Portland, obviously a Portland comic. She is 72, I believe. And she has a new album coming out in 1 week, her first album. And it's called Silver Alert.
See, she's from the generation that waited until you were asked by a record company to do an album, and it's just doesn't occur to you to do it yourself, right? So I'm glad she is. She probably has 4 albums of material, if not more, over her entire career.
Right. I asked her if she went to the vault because she could do anything, because she didn't have any albums. And she said that she mostly did new stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah, she'll be this month's bonus episode on the Patreon, you guys. Because last month's was came out today, a little bit late, but that's all right.
Couple days late. Yeah, $5 and up, you get a monthly interview plus, and then 10 and up, you get stickers on the monthly interview. 20 and up, you get 2 Jackie and Laurie notebooks plus stickers plus the interview. Now, what about the people that get stickers that are begging us to stop sending them stickers because they're grown-ups? Several people have said that. It's like, sorry, you're on the list. Yeah.
Well, the new sticker company, which is called Sticky Brand, they will only print they will occasionally do lots of 50. And I believe we have more than 50 people.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So those people don't need to get stickers. The ones who don't want them.
I don't want to go through names. I'm just going to mail them and they can throw them out if they want to.
That's they have children in their lives.
You do. And you need to put stickers on things sometimes just to mark them. You have several different notebooks. You want to mark one with the one sticker so you know. I mean, come on, guys. Don't make me tell you how to use stickers.
It just occurred to me, I did do a sticker episode of the Dork Forest with Fielding Edlow, stand-up comic Fielding Edlow, who is a huge sticker dork.
The Kuka. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah? Oh, how was your set at the Kuka?
It was fun.
At 5.
It was 20 minutes. And Daryl Hammond was first when I walked in, and he was taught. It was a benefit for some kind of thing. I don't even know what it was. But and then they had a monitor on stage that was playing people talking, but no volume. And I thought, because Daryl he's talking about SNL stories and stuff.
Okay.
So I just saw that, it's all blurry to me at that point. And so I'm like, oh, those must be people from SNL on the monitor that he's referencing. And then when I was on stage, I'm like, oh, it's still playing. It's from this, it's just something like a package that the organization put together that they just kept running over and over again while we were on stage. Wow. So I sort of made fun of that.
Yeah.
But it's
turn off the TVs, folks. Yeah.
Fielding went up in front of me. She did great. She's very funny. And then Atsuko was up right after me. So
nice.
They had a
nice lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hell of a show right there. It's I went to breakfast today in Altadena in an effort to do some support for whatever's still standing.
Yeah.
Terrifying. It's there's just, but I will say this is there were these trucks, I guess, that go up and down Lake Avenue that are constant. Just we're still removing debris. Still remove the Army engineers have flattened most of the properties that needed to be. I mean, there's still plenty that need to be flattened, and so the first permit for rebuilding, I guess, just got approved.
That soil is not in good shape. Here's the thing. FEMA said the soil was okay. And the LA Times just did their own study, and it's not okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to people, but do you remember after 9/11, Christy Whitman, head of the EPA? Oh yeah, it's no problem. Everyone go back to work.
New York's fine.
Now all these people are dying of fucking cancer that they got from being exposed to that shit down there. So it's and FEMA now is untrustworthy, which really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely. We went to a Mexican restaurant called El Patron.
Yeah.
And it was good to it was just a Patron.
The patriarch. Yes.
So we just to support,
Mhm.
And that's why I was thinking we should do another benefit. So
Yeah, we should for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. We'll talk off.
Are you home next week?
I am.
Okay.
Hey,
I get back on Sunday, so and it's kind of a different. I'm a little more flexible next week, so.
Actually, I'm not. I leave on Sunday, the 11th.
For God's sakes! All right, I tried.
Right.
I tried.
I'm
I
home
give up.
this week,
Okay.
the week because it's also Sunday.
Yes.
So the Sunday before this comes out, and
Okay.
then but then I go to this South Carolina, North Carolina.
Yes.
Atlanta,
Yes,
Florida
I've heard all 80 of your dates already, Jackie. You don't need to recap again at the 31-minute mark.
Well, let's take a quick break
Okay.
so that you can regroup, and let's do comic of the week.
Yes, I saw her at Moon Tower. She's Scottish and she's really funny. Fern Brady. She's huge. She's like an international superstar. She filled the room at Moon Tower. I hadn't seen her before. I just started following her on Instagram. Very funny, and I saw her whole hour, and she's great. She is autistic, so she talks about that. It's very funny. She's really good.
That's great.
Mhm.
That's so cool. And what's her handle? Fern Brady. Is it her name?
It is Fern from Bathgate. FERNFROM BATHGATE. Go follow.
Bathgate.
It's got to be in Scotland, right?
Yep.
We are going to Edinburgh, and we're going to spend. So far, the entire trip is costing us $3,000.
It's not bad.
Because I know, because we're using all of my points.
Oh,
10
okay.
days. 10
Wow.
days, $3,000. That includes airfare.
Wow.
That's not bad
My
for
son,
two people.
My son had his prom, the senior prom. Now, he's not, he doesn't have a lot of school spirit.
Where does he get that from? Interesting. Does he have? Does he have a partner? Did he go?
He didn't have a date, but a lot of his friends didn't. And
they go in groups now.
Yeah, so they hung out, and my son wore one of my skirts. Every once in a while, he likes to wear a skirt.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So he wore my long suede skirt. He looked great. And he's like, I got some looks, but other people were cool. And I was like, whatever, you're an iconoclast. Don't even worry about it.
Yes. Was he showing some ankle?
No, they were long. It was a long skirt, and then he had some new hokas.
What's a hoka?
It's a tennis shoe.
Okay.
And then he wore a nice, one of his dress shirts. So
okay.
I think, look,
thank goodness.
I had him in a tux at the Oscars. And
right.
He looked incredible. And actually, he went with Dan Cronin, who's another writer, his wife. He went with her, carpooled with her. And so they took a picture together, and she looks 16. And so that actually looks like his prom picture.
That'll be great.
With Dan Cronin's wife, Tori. So,
right.
I've got the pics.
I saw it was the joke about the whoever the press secretary is.
Oh, Caroline Leavitt. Yeah. I threw it up on Instagram.
That was outstanding. Well
Thank
played.
You.
And what Andy photoshopped a Popeyes today, and he took the chimney that they're putting on the chapel to pick a new pope, and he photoshopped it on top of a Popeyes. It's a knee slapper, is what I'm saying.
Pope
It's a very
eyes. I love it.
Pope, yes, and whether it's white smoke or black, the wings are free. So yeah, I don't know. I am interested. After July, I don't have. I mean, I have some work in October, and then that's it.
I'm doing Crash and Burn this year.
In October. That's it.
Yeah, I happen to have that week off, and it's new material every single night for it's 20s.
No, it doesn't have to be every single night. It's just you can work on a new 20, but you have never done any of that material on that Tuesday or Wednesday that it starts.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
brand new 20 on that Wednesday, and then you can work on that 20 or introduce new 20.
Okay.
New material all week, and the audience knows the rules and they're on board.
Oh, that's going to be hard. You know,
it's fun. It was pretty fun.
I hope so. But I mean, you know, I do like to do well, Jackie.
I know. You're going to have to learn how to mug. You're going to have to learn how to milk the room of their goodwill. Yeah. If Slagle goes first, it'll be fine. If he doesn't walk everybody.
Oh no.
And then you'll be able to get him back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm psyched. And it doesn't count as an Acme week either, so that's cool.
Of course not. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I am going so I have to go to Minnesota a bunch this month. And I could talk to Lewis about staying at the hotel that he puts everybody up at, just because that's the hotel I've been staying at for 30 years. And I don't want to stay at a different hotel. I would like to stay at that hotel. So that weekend, the first time I'm going there is the weekend of the 16th. And that is when that Irish guy that you like, David Nile. Yeah. He's headlining that weekend. So
cool.
Maybe I might be able to get a guest at second show Friday or Saturday.
Sure.
And Lewis and I are going to go to lunch at Awami, which is this Native American restaurant.
Okay.
Which it's really hard to get. I was like, hey, I'll take you to dinner. And then I went on their website and they have a 10 a.m. slot open or a 2 p.m. slot open.
Wow.
So I was like, we're going to go for a late lunch. And this is, 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now.
Wow. Crazy.
And yeah, so we're going to go to lunch at that place because I've always wanted to try it. It's the chef is Lakota. So
wow. What kind of food is it?
It's Native American. It's anti-colonialism.
Right. Do you have any idea? Is it maize? Like
it'll be maize. It'll be, yes, it's exactly that.
Okay.
It'll be dandelion salad and sweet potatoes and venison and possibly buffalo and, but no butter.
Oh my God.
No cheese. Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's all indigenous local foods.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But hopefully there'll be fry bread.
They didn't milk.
They didn't milk bison.
Interesting.
Yeah, they didn't milk bison. They didn't milk elk.
How did we get cows here? Just brought them over on ships, huh?
Yeah, Puritans. Same with the horses.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And bison.
What am I?
They don't suckle like that. Those little babies.
They probably do. You've really reaching here. My knowledge of
you haven't done a
mammals.
dork forest on buffalo titties yet in your 18 years.
Oh my God! So I got on stage. I was so mad about not getting to work on that one bit at the Improv that I got up and I just said, why are you guys all quiet and nervous, and what are you scared of what's happening in the world? Here's my recommendation. The first ICE agent that comes up to you, you just go, yeah, you seem a little short for a stormtrooper. And then and then you can get tased. So
that's
times.
How you opened your set, and then and you were upset that the audience was quiet.
Oh no, that woke him up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I killed. You'll be happy to know I did very, very well.
I am happy.
Yeah, Eliza Schlesinger afterwards got up and talked about me on stage.
Oh, I thought that set was at you were talking
The
about
Yoo-hoo?
the
Oh no,
Yoo-hoo.
the improv.
Okay.
That was my improv set.
Oh, what did Eliza say about you?
I don't know. But I'm old and good. I think possibly it's you know the
Nice.
words that they toss around about
Sure.
us. Sure.
Sure.
And this is they think it's our twilight years, and yet we keep writing.
Keep working.
And
Mhm.
we're
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
guys,
get the fuck out of the
the
way.
ones that bet against us, you fucking made bad bets. You and I both know a ton of people that had representation in their 20s and they're not even in the business anymore. But here
Yep.
we are banging out another podcast for 600 to 800 listeners.
Right. Gonna do a new album and a new thing in November.
Uh-huh.
So, yep. Just plugging along, quite honestly.
Uh-huh.
Let's take an early second break. What do you think about that before I forget that we're going to take a second break?
Okay.
So,
Oh, I'm so tired.
I know it.
So this morning, I had so many things come up and that I forgot that I committed to today. Because I was like, I'm just going to do this little pod with Dana and Jackie and then chill out. No. So I had my son drive me to this place where I talked about comedy. Somebody's having a comedy class. And it was he had to take the 405. You know, the 101 to the 4. Oh, it's a
right, because
mess.
he's driving.
He was stressed out.
Sure.
And then I put a little student driver sticker on our car. People don't give a shit. They're cutting them off left and right. It's like, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he drove back, and that's why I was late for our podcast, because he missed a right turn, and then we just kept going and made a U-turn way the fuck down later.
You texted Dana and I, and you said, "Hey, he's going 40 miles an hour on the 405." and all I could think was, I hope he's in the stoner lane. I put the name of the club in the studio chat. Did you see that?
Yes. What club?
Is that the club that you were at?
No, I was
doing
at
the class.
LA School of Comedy or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. little black box. And then came out here, and then went to do my show at the Kookaburra. Well, it was fine. I had a good time. You know, think I thought of another tag on a story. That's good. And
20 minutes.
Oh, and between that, and now I have to go pick him up at the movies.
What did he go see?
Well, he is a member of AMC Stubs now. We have a stubber in the house, and so he's seeing The Amateur and Thunderbolts back to back.
Right. Ought to be 18 when you could just sit in a movie theater for 6 hours and just watch.
You can't, you don't have to walk and stuff. Oh,
right. I can't remember what I saw with Con Air, but I saw two things. It was back to back.
Another good day.
But I guess you could see 3 movies a week with AMC Stubs, and it's only $25 a month. It's
that's not bad.
Actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah. We saw Thunderbolts. It was great. As per usual, Florence Pugh was the heart of, just like she was in Black Widow movie, which I don't know if you saw. She was the heart of that movie too. And Harbor nails the Red Guardian, right? And it was, there's I'm not gonna say anything spoilery. I'm just gonna say I was predisposed to like it, and I liked it even more. So there you go.
I've only heard good things.
I'll say it again.
Have you seen Sinners yet?
No, but Andy, really, you've seen it twice, Kyle?
I have.
Did you see see it in IMAX?
I have. I saw it once in IMAX and once regular.
Yeah.
What do you like better?
Better?
It's like you definitely get the scope of it. It was very fun. Kugler's like one of the couple of directors who I think works on that scale, so I was glad to see it. But I think it's a pretty 5 out of 5 movie regardless of where you see it.
Right. Yeah.
So I can wait till it's just right here in my living room?
Go see the movie, Kashian. Be part of the good people.
You know what? Right. Here's the thing. A couple weeks ago, Variety put out this article talking about the box office that Sinners had. And they're like, but are they going to make money because of their expenses? And a bunch of people started posting on Twitter, well, when Quentin Tarantino had this exact same box office at this time, it was like considered a huge success. And just sort of noticing the different coverage of a Black director versus a white director with the same money, right?
Right.
And so like every weekend so far, it's just been hammering. And so the people like dunking
less than 5% drop off. It's like unprecedented.
Yes. The drop off's very low, and the people dunking on Variety for all their articles now it's really fun. But and he has some deal where after 25 years, he gets the whole movie back. He gets all the rights to it. So,
and he's not the first guy to do that, but it's awesome. It'll be his again, which is great. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I think it's one of those movies that'll hold up really well. You know, it's about history, not the present. So, really good.
Wait, is it about history?
Yeah.
It's
set in the 30s.
It's a period piece. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's also kind of harkens back to, shit that white people did to Black people in the United States of America.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
And what vampires did to Americans.
I mean, is it as good as Abraham Lincoln fighting vampires?
It's substantially better.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Jackie, I cannot stress how much you will enjoy this film. Like, I know that you are unwilling to see it, but it is full of things you like in order that look nice.
Then I will see it. We are having people over to play Hellboy tomorrow. Oh. It's a new Hellboy game. And then the next night, I think we're having you over to play the Hero Instant. And
that Tuesday?
I think it's Tuesday.
Ooh.
He looks like he's about to cancel, Jackie.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
Got a podcast to end in 8 weeks. I've only got a couple episodes left to record.
What are you ending? Rad?
Dork Forest is now going to have outlived its clone. We're ending it at the end of June.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Well, did Dork Forest start before?
No. This is my initial pitch for Rad was it's sort of like Dork Forest, but with dumber people. And then, again, we've had 11 years and you dwarf us on either side. Like, you will be here after the bombs go off.
Well, I will continue to do the Dork Forest until I am bored. It's until I don't want to do it anymore. And I have to say that, as I say on this show, and I say it on the Dork Forest, I say, it's 50-ish episodes a year. And so if you could donate $100 a year, if you're doing that, that's amazing. And if you are not doing that electronically and you see one of my shows, you should hand me a wad of 20s. And then tell me whether it's for the Jackie and Laurie show or the Dork Forest so that I can share it.
And then say the Jackie and Laurie show.
Yes.
2/3 of this podcast really wants that answer.
Right. I did have somebody hand me $500 at a gig the other week, and she said, "It's Dork Forest. I've been listening for at least 12 years."
Oh, I bet that's someone who posts how much they love you and hate me on our reviews.
But they listen to it. But they keep listening to
that money back in her face and said, "I refuse on the honor of my podcast."
Laurie Kilmartin gets a writing job, and all of a sudden she's loosey-goosey with the cash. You can, yeah, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being home for this next week. And I want to get as many sets as possible around. Like I just want to follow you around and see if I can squeeze on. Cause you said you're doing Carrot Clanks.
Yeah, I'm just doing Better Half. That's it.
That's all you got
and then,
this week?
Yeah. Tonight, well, I had a set today. So Monday, Tuesday, I'm taking off because work commitments. And then I don't want to be tired at work. I'm going up early on that Wednesday one. And then I take off on Friday for Deadwood. So,
that's right. Yeah, I've been to the Tin Lizzie, not to do stand up, but just to
gamble
with the mamas when we went to Yellowstone and right. If you get a chance, if anybody's willing to drive you to Crazy Horse, you should go.
Yeah.
It's Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse is right by Deadwood.
Wow. I mean, yeah,
So-
because I'm getting in on Friday, so I'll have all day Saturday.
Yeah, just yeah, because it's. Are you renting a car or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting
it's
picked
hard.
up at the airport. I do remember when I was on the road and I did a show in Spearfish, South Dakota.
Yes,
They
I've
had
done
an
that.
incredible swimming pool. Like,
Okay.
like I was shocked because I'd been swimming in these dumps all over that part of the country, and they
Right.
had just built a new rec center. It was. I walked in. I've never one of those. Oh my God, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. It was so great.
My friend Jim Wooster this morning at breakfast told me that he is using the senior discount at some community swim place, and it's $1 to go swimming
Oh,
where he
shit.
does laps. And
It was $1. The last where was I? I was in either Cincinnati or Lexington. I think Lexington. It was $1 to swim. I was like, "Are you serious? This is insane." But also, maybe it should always be $1. Maybe we're too. You spend $35 to swim at Asphalt Green in New York City. You start to think that's normal. It should
Right.
be $1. It's a pool. People. All you have to do once you set it up. You just put a little chlorine in it and check your levels. It's a self. It's automated. You don't have to add to it. So why are they charging so much money?
well, maybe there's more to it than either of us know.
Oh, insurance, I'm sure.
Oh, insurance. It's probably entirely. Yeah, no, I'm doing Good Heroin on Saturday. That's the only. I have the Brew Brothers, which is in I think Burbank, and that's on Wednesday, and then on Saturday I'm doing Good Heroin, and I meant to tell Flappers, and I did tell Rita over at the Improv, so I'm hoping for something, but you can't tell. Plus, I also want to do all the social things because I haven't been home in 3 months, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that I haven't seen that I like, and just like to hang out with for a hot second. I almost had coffee with. Oh, did I tell you I rode my bike to my Pilates PT?
Oh,
Last Wednesday I rode my bike because the car was at the shop. 2013 Corolla, you guys. There's no reason to put any more money into it. Anyway, but so I rode my bike. It was almost 5 miles, and I fell over once, but I fell into a hyacinth bush, and it smelled so beautiful. And because it's legal to ride on sidewalks in the city of Los Angeles as a bike rider.
Oh, okay.
That was their compromise for not putting in bike lanes everywhere.
Okay.
But if there is a bike lane, you're supposed to use the bike lane. And so going down Kester forever to get to my Pilates place. So I rode all the way down. I did Pilates for 50 minutes, and then I rode back up.
That's amazing.
And then I had to take the dogs for a walk. I know. And I only fell over once. So, that's the longest solo ride that I've done on my bike. I have a bike, you guys.
Do you like Pilates?
I do like Pilates.
I've been thinking of it.
It's helped my hip.
Oh yeah.
Which I have this weird. I'd love to tell you it was my low back because it sounds less old, but but it's sort of like I told my doctor, here's what you have to do with Kaiser. At least you have to say, here's what I think it is via email, so it's all written down. Where you're like, I'd like an X-ray. I'd actually like an MRI, but we have to start with an X-ray. If it isn't sciatica and it isn't arthritis, we'll find out with an X-ray. So they took the X-ray, and it turns out it is not sciatica or arthritis. So I wrote back and I said, now I would like an MRI because it hurts when I lie down, not when I sit, and not really when I walk. Occasionally, if I'm tired, it'll hurt a little bit. But so I don't know what it is, and so it might be something with my spine, and so an MRI would be the way I would find that out. And so, but Pilates is actually stretching a big portion of like muscles that need to be stretched.
Oh, that's
like I'm sort
awesome.
of strengthening
Yeah.
my hips and all, and the back of my legs and my ankles and feet. We worked on ankles and feet.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. Wow.
Yeah,
Is it a
she said
private
it's-
instructor or are you in a
Yeah,
class?
I bought a package
Mhm.
for 10 sessions,
Mhm.
and I sprained my ankle like four years ago, and so I didn't go, and there were 7 left. And so
they honored it. Oh my God.
so I've now gone to 3, so I have 4 left. And I'm actually going to give Andy one on Wednesday because that's how much I like it.
Yeah. Cool.
Because it's intense, small movements,
Yeah.
and but it seems to be strengthening and stretching the right
Yeah.
muscles.
People that
So,
do it swear by it.
yeah.
Yeah. I gotta try that. I gotta try it.
Yeah, what the heck, right?
You gotta try new shit when you're getting older, you know? Keep the body mobile. I get so many Instagram reels of people stretching. 'Cause
Just of people stretching.
yes. Yeah.
I've gotten a bunch of that red light therapy stuff. A
Oh.
bunch of people sending me, hey, you can get this red light thing you can do at home. And I was like, oh, that's that thing that Laurie and Danielle, I think. I can't remember who else
Perez
was.
or Koenig?
I thought it was Perez.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, the clinical studies have said it works, so I'm just going by that. I don't see like a huge difference, but I mean, my knees feel better when I lay down on this. I have a red light that's like a pad, but
Yeah.
it's also hot, so that might be why. Like, I don't know what's working. I don't know. But I'm
Right.
like, well, these studies say it actually does work, so I'll keep doing it.
Right. And you want to stay flexible and as healthy as you can anyway.
Yes. So when you trip and fall, you can catch yourself. Honestly, that's
Right.
the whole thing. Watching
Yep.
my mom just teetering it, I'm like, oh my God, you know?
Right.
It's scary
Right.
shit.
It is. It is at that. I saw Kimberly Clark. She opened for Leno. I'm going to get back to stand up for just a real quick.
Okay.
And it was raining on Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. It rained a bunch. And right before she got up, Kimberly goes, you know, I'm just so sick of my material. I can't stand it. And she got up and she did 10 minutes I'd never heard her do.
Oh, yeah.
And and it was about umbrellas and trench coats. And there was at least 4 or 5 minutes about umbrellas and trench coats. There was also, because she was hosting for Leno, there was there was a woman next to me who was on her phone at this level during Kimberly's set.
Wow.
And I was like, what is happening?
Right.
And then she hung up, and it happened like 3 times during a 10-minute set.
Oh my God.
And then Kimberly came and sat next to me, and the woman got on the phone again, and I said, do you see that? That's the third or fourth time. And Kimberly goes, and the woman puts it down, and Kimberly looks at her and goes, that's what's happening? And the woman goes, oh, my husband's been trying to get into the room. He can't find the room. And so she gets up and goes to get him. And so we're like, oh, there was a reason. They sit down. And I guess during the entire show, including during Leno, they talk to each other at this level.
Oh my God.
Until Jackie Narcolepsy goes up to Jeff, and Jeff is like, I'm going to tell Will to tell him to shut up. And I was like, please do. Please do. People are trying to hear these jokes.
Yeah.
So it was a good night. It was nice to hang out with Jimmy Brogan, where he didn't see my set, so I didn't get any advice. And
let's see. Saturday, I did the babies show at the Crow, where parents bring their infants. So you want to talk about distractions? It's a bunch of new moms and dads with like infants, and the infants are playing and on up to like age 3. So there's a lot happening.
Yeah,
I hammered through it. And so I was hanging out, and I had another set at 8:00 at the West Side.
West
So I'm
Side?
like, that's
Okay.
I was like, oh, I'm stuck here for 2 hours in Santa Monica. Other people, that would be their dream come true, right?
Right. They'd
Not
go
me.
look at the ocean or something. Right.
But then there was a show with the disabled comics, and one of them had dropped out, and so Nicole put me on that one, and I said, look, I am not disabled yet. Okay, that's all it is. I don't know why all able-bodied people don't think they're one you're just
You're
one
just
fall
one-
away from being disabled. So stop acting like you're immune. You're not.
Like you're so great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hard agree.
Whatever.
I'm going to go away.
Bye.